Welcome to Stuff's wrap of the fourth full day of racing in the Louis Vuitton Cup final between Ineos Britannia and Luna Rossa. He's Joe Pearson, I'm Todd Niall. Now you may remember at the end of yesterday, Sir Ben Ainslie, when asked about the 3-3 scoreline and every day being even, said something's got to give. Well, it gave today at the first mark in the first race, the pair even into the first gate. Ineos goes round one way, Rossa goes round the other way, and something goes wrong. The boat does a huge nosedive, 50 knots to almost nothing, and yeah, tell us what happened after that, Joe.
Well, Luna Rossa helmsman Jimmy Spittle said they're still not sure what happened, but essentially, yeah, there was a big nosedive. It was quite dramatic because it was at high speed, more than 40 knots, maybe nearly 50, and they went right under, submerging the whole crew in water. And there was just a part of the structure on the deck that appeared to come off, which caused them just to career into the water at those speeds. And they really looked like they were in trouble there. And there was concerns it was going to be a major structural failure and whether they'd be able to race again. But they were back for race 2 within an hour, and of course they came back.
It was fascinating to watch. If you imagine the car that you drive that's got those big plastic bumpers at both ends, if they get a bit crunched, you get out the big roll of tape and stick it all back in place, and that's essentially what was going on. They were piecing bits of decking back together and giant rolls of tape to stick it all in place. So, to be honest, we looked at it and wondered, is it really it?
Well, it was a great effort. I mean, ultimately they were disqualified from that opening race. They went to Britannia, so they led 4-3. And it was a real patch-up job, and you're sort of wondering, given the boats are going almost 100 k's an hour, is a bit of tape really going to hold it all together? And it did. It did. They came back to win, and it's 4-all again. It's incredible.
Yeah, so we went into the second race, Ineos Britannia 4-3 ahead, a sort of a sense, are the Italians on the ropes? But again, in the pre-start, Ineos Britannia got it wrong. They were doing a big manoeuvre, went out through the edge of the course, got a boundary penalty, which meant they had to start 75 metres behind the Italians. And as we've seen before, when you start behind, it's pretty much it, and it pretty much was.
Yeah, well, they veered way out of the boundary. It was quite a dramatic turn off the boundary, really, and they were out of bounds and had to drop way back behind the Italians, and it was a real test for the Luna Rossa boat to see whether the damage could sort of withstand that speed and that momentum that they were building. But they managed to hold off Britannia for another win and were still all square at 4-all.
Yeah, and we've already used the line, something's got to give. But let's see what happens tomorrow. Different conditions, different luck, and we'll see how this one pans out. But it certainly is turning into the contest that everyone hoped it would be. Join us tomorrow.